evening to our viewers watching on television and those joining us online across our social media platforms. I am Adana Doric with the Monday, April 13th edition of the Ghana TV9 News. In the headlines tonight, President Ali assures incoming fuel shipments amid shortages concern. Mother charged with murder in death of 7-year-old daughter. We must stop solving the known. President Ali calls for future-ready Caribbean economy. Guyana's energy shift gain momentum as renewables power up to 25% of demand. And peace must be lived, not declared. President Ali urges national unity and understanding amid global turbulence. Now for the news in depth. President Irfan Ali has called on Guyanese to recommit to humility, kindness, and understanding as essential pillars for building a stronger and more united society, warning that rising global tensions and deepening social divisions require renewed focus on shared values. More in this report.
Speaking at the Rotary Club of Georgetown's annual World Understanding and Peace Dinner, President Ali told Rotaract members that peace must be viewed not as a distinct diplomatic concept, but as a daily responsibility practiced in homes, communities, and national institutions. He said his vision for Guyana is one where citizens actively uplift one another rather than engage in division or hostility, stressing that national development must be rooted in a collective value system of respect and mutual understanding.
Over time, the Rotary evolved into a global movement grounded in service, ethical leadership, and importantly, the promotion of international understanding. World Understanding and Peace Day emerged from that very spirit. And by the way, I hope you love the way the bridge was lit up last evening in white in celebration of world peace. It reflects Rotary's recognition that peace is not an ideal reserved for diplomats and statesmen, but a practical, lived reality that must be actively cultivated in communities, workplaces, and relationships.
President Ali noted that the Rotary movement, which began more than a century ago, was founded on the principle of fellowship among professionals and community leaders, aimed at advancing service above self and strengthening international understanding. He explained that Rotary's philosophy recognizes peace not only as a diplomatic achievement, but as a practical reality that must be continuously cultivated through relationships, workplaces, and everyday interactions. However, the president cautioned that these ideas are increasingly under pressure globally due to conflict, mistrust, and rising division, making organizations like Rotaract even more important in promoting dialogue and understanding.
That understanding is the foundation upon which peace must be built. They say understanding is the foundation of peace. And if you doubt that, just look into your marriage. And just like that, peace was achieved, not through winning, but through mutual understanding of the consequences of not seeking peace.
Guyana's energy landscape is undergoing a significant transformation with new investments in renewable energy and natural gas already reshaping how electricity is generated and consumed across the country. This shift, according to Chief Executive Officer of the Guyana Energy Agency, Dr. Mahinder Sharma, is not a future ambition, but a reality now taking hold. More in this report.
Speaking on the Starting Point podcast, Dr. Sharma said the country has made deliberate moves to reduce its reliance on heavy fuel oil by diversifying its energy mix through solar, hydropower, and natural gas initiatives, all guided by the Low Carbon Development Strategy 2030.
By the end of this year, we'll have probably about 50 megawatts of new renewable energy installed capacity that the government has invested on alone. And that is made up of mini hydros, solar scale, solar utility farms, solar mini grids, off-grid solar PV systems, and a number of other smaller installations on like rooftop mounted systems.
When combined with private sector investments such as the nearly 49 megawatt solar project at the Aurora Gold Mines, Renewable energy now accounts for an estimated 20 to 25% of Guyana's peak electricity demand, which currently stands at just over 200 megawatts. Central to the transition is the push to expand solar adoption at the household level, with the Guyana Energy Agency rolling out its Grid Connected Solar Photovoltaic program aimed at bringing at least 5,000 homes on board in its initial phase. Dr. Sharma explained that the initiative allows households to generate electricity during the day, reduce their reliance on the grid, and receive credits for excess power supply to the utility, Guyana Power and Light.
What does that mean? What does 50 megawatts and 49 megawatts mean? It means that it represents a significant proportion of our peak demand. And our peak demand is just about 205 megawatts now. And so when we look at that in the context, it represents close to 20-25% of that peak demand.
The transition is expected to accelerate further with the rollout of the gas to energy project and planned developments such as the Amalia Falls hydropower project, alongside continued exploration of wind and expanded solar capacity. As Guyana advances its low-carbon agenda, Dr. Sharma emphasized that public participation will be key, noting that individuals and businesses alike have a role to play in driving energy efficiency and supporting the country's long-term sustainability goals.
President Ali on Monday met with fuel importers to address ongoing fuel shortages, assuring that relief is expected within hours. In a statement, the head of state said shipments are anticipated as early as tonight, with additional supplies already being sourced to meet national demand. Authorities are continuing to monitor the situation closely to ensure stability and maintain a consistent fuel supply across the country. We will be back after a short break. Stay tuned.
GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by June 30, 2026, and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. How to apply for registration? You must visit the GCOM registration office that is responsible for your area of residence to apply for registration, name change, or correction. You must have the following source documents as might be relevant: original birth certificate or valid Guyana passport for new registration, original marriage certificate and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by marriage, original deed poll and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by deed poll, original naturalization certificate and original birth certificate or valid passport in the case of naturalization. This registration exercise will end on May 29, 2026. You need to apply for a transfer if you now live at a different address than the one you were registered at. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-02-7729 or visit www.gcom.org.gy. GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by June 30, 2026, and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. It is the civic duty and legal responsibility of all Guyanese who meet the eligibility criteria to apply for registration. By so doing, you will be ensuring that you are issued a national identification card and be included in the official list of electors for future elections, provided you meet all eligibility criteria. This registration exercise will end on May 29, 2026. You need to apply for a transfer if you now live at a different address than the one you were registered at. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-02-7729 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Welcome back. You're watching the Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. President Irfan Ali has called for a bold rethinking of the Caribbean's economic future, warning that rapid global changes driven by technology and geopolitics will leave outdated systems behind. Here's more.
Speaking at the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce annual business meeting, Outlook 26-2027 in Port of Spain, President Ali said artificial intelligence, digitization, and innovation will fundamentally reshape how societies function, including education, governance, and business. He urged regional leaders in the private sector to move beyond traditional thinking and embrace a future-focused approach built on competitiveness, integration, and strategic investment. The head of state highlighted the long-standing historical and cultural ties between Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago, describing the relationship as one rooted in shared trade, migration, and economic exchange that can now evolve into deeper regional prosperity. He warned that protectionist policies and inward-looking approaches have slowed regional progress, stressing that the Caribbean must instead build competitive, value-added industries capable of competing globally.
If you are solving the known, you're not doing anything exciting. In every equation, solving the unknown is where excitement lies. So if we know one trade route all our lives, and we did not examine another trade route, it's time for us, maybe, just maybe, to look at all the other directions and to see what we can accomplish.
President Ali also pointed to emerging opportunities in sectors such as healthcare, education, biodiversity, digital governance, and carbon markets, noting that Guyana is actively pursuing global partnerships to modernize key services and expand economic capacity. The president further urged stakeholders to recognize shifting global realities and prepare early for new markets and geopolitical opportunities, arguing that timing and strategic positioning will define future success.
We have to plan beyond our comfort. We have to forge footprints of the future with yesterday's shadow and today's reality. We have to future-proof our economies. And that is why, my dear friend, we can't future-proof our economy, believing that subsidies are the answers.
He stressed that the region must focus on building integrated future-proof economies driven by innovation, investment, and collaboration rather than reliance on outdated economic models.
A 26-year-old Farish village quarantine woman has been charged with murder and remanded to prison. Sir Elizabeth Shiv Prasad was charged in connection with the alleged death of her 7-year-old daughter Isabella Devi Dayal, a Chopper Primary School student. She appeared on April 13, 2026 at the New Amsterdam Magistrates Court, where the charge was read. She was not required to plead and was remanded to prison. The matter continues on May 12, 2026. Minister of Education Honorable Sonia Parag has issued a warning about the future of education, cautioning that artificial intelligence is rapidly transitioning how students learn and access information. More in this report.
Speaking on the evolving role of technology in classrooms, Honorable Sonia Parag said the traditional methods of teaching may soon struggle to remain relevant in an increasingly digital world.
Whether we like it or not, in 10 years, AI technology is going to take over almost everything. It's going to take over almost everything. And how do we compete then with what you're teaching on a blackboard? They're already starting to see it.
She pointed to a growing shift in student behavior, noting that children are already turning to digital tools for instant answers rather than relying solely on classroom instruction.
A child now is going to run to Google, they're going to run to AI to get an answer for something. So we have to now sit together and chart a way forward that is in keeping with the times that we're in.
Parag emphasized that the education system must evolve urgently to keep pace with these changes, calling for a unified and forward-thinking approach. She said stakeholders must come together to chart a path that aligns with the realities of a rapidly advancing technological era, ensuring that students are equipped with skills relevant for the future. Adana Dork, Guyana TV9 News.
More news after the break. Stay tuned.
Want to place your death announcements and in memoriam messages on Channel 9? Call 592-761-5006, 710-5008, 600-5006. Or visit our office at Lot 85A Lamaha Street, Albertown, Georgetown, Century 21 Building.
Guyana Channel 9 is now Guy TV 9, proudly under new management. We're building stronger with a balanced and open platform for all advertisers. Whether you're promoting a business, service, or event, your message belongs right here. So choose your spot, news, prime time, or anytime, and reach viewers across Guyana. With affordable rates and professional service, Guy TV 9 is your partner in progress. So visit us at Lot 21A, Lamaha Street, Georgetown, in the Century 21 building, or call 600-5006 or 761-5006. Guyana TV 9. New leadership, fresh outlook, real results.
Welcome back. You're watching the Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. Turning to regional news, a diplomatic rift in CARICOM has intensified after Kamla Prasad Bestaser skipped an emergency meeting on governance concerns. Chair Terence Jew confirmed the absence as disputes continue over the reappointment of Carla Barnett, raising fears about regional unity. In international news, a federal judge dismissed a $10 billion defamation lawsuit filed by Donald Trump against the Wall Street Journal over reporting on Jeffrey Epstein. Judge Darren Grillis ruled Trump failed to show actual malice leading to the case's dismissal. Those are our major headlines for tonight's newscast. For more trending stories, follow us at our Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube platforms at GUI TV9. I'm Madana Dark. Thanks for watching.